And welcome to your Wednesday footy feed. James Hird is shattered and the prospect of the Essendon supplement scandal ending up in the courts is growing by the day. It follows the AFL's decision to charge the club and key officials with bringing the game into disrepute. Matt Thompson has been following today's developments. Matt, the Bombers are preparing their defence.
That's right, Jackie, a vigorous defence, and there's a lot of question marks too about where this is all headed legally. Of course, the charges are against Hird, Bomber Thompson, Danny Corcoran and Dr Bruce Reid, as well as the club itself, all headed for a commission hearing on August 26. Let's begin by hearing from the man everyone wants to hear from, James Hird.
Pretty shattered, really. Yeah, shattered that could be charged for bringing the game to disrepute that I love and cherish and respect so much. It's it is terribly disappointing that we've been charged for that, the club and all of us. I think we have a look at our options. I mean, we're obviously going to defend ourselves vigorously. We're going to contend the charges. We're going to make sure that we're proven not guilty and we go from there. I think that it's interesting that the four of us are probably identified as the blackest day in Australian sport now, so we take that very seriously. Thanks, guys.
Now, you heard Hird say that they are looking at their options, and legal experts believe that there is the prospect that this could head to court for an injunction perhaps before the commission hearing.
You essentially go there and you say, we need more time, and it's going to be worse for us if you don't grant the injunction than it is for them, as in the AFL, if you do grant the injunction. They can penalise us next year, but we can't get back the 2013 final series. So that might be the way they argue the injunction.
There is some relief for the Bombers, though, and that is because the indications from the AFL are that there won't be any infraction notices issued against the players following the interim ASADA report. We caught up with Dustin Fletcher at Windy Hill this morning.
Still ongoing and disappointing, you know, Reedy and Hirdy and the boys have been charged, but that's how it is, and we'll move on, you know what I mean?
But of course, as Fletcher acknowledged today, it is only an interim report. We do have a statement from ASADA today. They're saying they're not making any comment because it's an ongoing investigation and it is an interim report, so no confirmation from ASADA on where things stand in terms of infraction notices. Of course, the Bombers play North Melbourne on Saturday. Jackie?
Thanks for that, Matt. Sydney Swans premiership coach Paul Roos is the hot favourite to replace Michael Voss as coach at the Brisbane Lions. Just a day after the club's sensational decision, Voss faced the media to tell his side of the story.
Probably the last couple of weeks, the silence has been a little bit deafening, I must admit. So the last couple of weeks just started to talk about and initiate about what were the next steps, and it was at that point that I thought that this was a possibility. What I can say with the group is what I felt was that when I, as their leader, turned and ran towards the Raw, I felt they were behind me. And they never gave up, and they saw it out to the end. There might have been some casualties along the way. I can't say whether I got all of them. I may have, no doubt, perhaps not. But what I'm really pleased with, despite as I sit here, is that when I ran, they ran with me.
The team hit the track today under the watchful eye of Mark Harvey, who will coach the side for the rest of the year. The Lions confirmed Roos is a target, but denies he has already been given the top job. He's wearing a brace, but Carlton star Chris Judd wants to play again this year. In the meantime, he's putting his car on eBay to raise money for the Stephen Walter Foundation, and there's no added extras.
It doesn't come with the baby seat, and my missus actually texted me saying make sure you get the baby seat, so I'll have to put that in the new one tonight, which is a job I thoroughly enjoy doing.
Judd suffered a strained medial ligament in the club's loss to the Western Bulldogs. At Sydney, co-captain Kieran Jack believes lack of work rate cost his side dearly in its loss to Collingwood last weekend.
You know, put a lot of pride in ourselves on is that midfield, that two-way run, and they probably outdid us on the weekend. So, yeah, bit of a brutal review, and we went over it and went over a few things, but I'm sure we'll bounce back this week.
That sounds pretty ominous for St Kilda, who faced the Swans at the SCG on Sunday. But the Saints, who took to Melbourne's chilly waters this morning, see the clash as a big opportunity.
Yeah, we're just having a look through match committee this morning, and You know, the likes of Hanbury and Jack and Kennedy, obviously very mature, outstanding midfielders. There's some great opportunities for our young players to go head-to-head with some of the best players in the competition.
The reigning premiers prevailed by just 16 points the last time the two sides met. Jogging it out, Dom Cassisi is fit to take on Gold Coast after scans cleared him of any damage to his hamstring, and Port is counting on him to stop the one and only Gary Ablett.
Dom's a major part of our midfield and back line, and if it was that he goes to Gary, then he's always a good matchup for Gary, and so he'll be vital for us.
Port Adelaide hosts Gold Coast at Amy Stadium on Saturday. And that's it for today's Footy Feed. I'm Jackie Reid. See you next time.